I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes home and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide.
Hi, this is Alley Catch, and you're watching Cold TV.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pro Wrestling 60. I'm Xlj the Og, joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, Mr. B-Roll.
How are we doing out there, world? It is the 101 episode, 101 Dalmatians.
101, baby.
I feel like I'm going to share with the world a little known factoid about myself. Did you know that I was actually supposed to be the fourth Hanson brother? Bop, that's right. Bop.
Okay. I did not know that. That was completely random, but you know what? Needed a good chuckle. Because before we get started, I want to say something. As you can tell, obviously, B-Roll and I, big Pacers fans, and last night was a difficult pill to swallow. I mean, the way it went down with Tyrese's Halliburton's injury, devastating. It's been hard to put in words. I've tried. I'm shooting straight with y'all here. I've tried to make a video talking about it, and I can't bring myself to it because it's just it's hard. It's hard, man. I know for B-Roll, like I know for myself at least, I can speak and say like the Pacers franchise is the first NBA or first sports team anything I truly kind of fell in love with. I mean, we've been through it all, man. There's been so many things in this franchise with I go all the way back to the 90s and the Eastern Conference Finals series against the Knicks and the Orlando Magic, and then later on a Game 7 against the Bulls in '98, where we were up in the fourth quarter. I think back to the 2000 NBA Finals, Game 5, where it goes to OT and Kobe Bryant just takes over and has like his first real Kobe moment against us. I think back to like the block of Tayshaun Prince got against Reggie Miller, and I think it was Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Of course, Malice in the Palace. All the stuff with Paul George with those years. And yeah, it's a bitter pill to swallow, and it sucks. And this was the closest we've ever gotten. But all those moments I talked about, man, I think about like the build up and the moments that they gave us, because the thing of it is, like, the Pacers put the entire sports world, not only the entire sports world, the entire world, like, on notice, because what they did was improbable. Like, nobody else has done that in any sport, to go on a run like they did, and for what they gave this state, for the past 2 months, essentially. Hope in a time where, let's face facts, in the world we live in, society we live in, things look hopeless. Um, so I just want to say thank you, Indiana Pacers, all of you guys. You played your hearts, you gave your souls, you did everything you could. Um, and we are so proud of you for everything that you did. You created a memory. I know it made me feel like I was a kid again in the 90s. And I know like it's going to be something we're going to be talking about years to come. I mean, there's going to be documentaries on this. There's going to be, hell, they'll probably make a movie about it. I mean, because this is so movie esque. And I don't know what the future is going to hold. I mean, of course, we hope and pray Tyrese is going to heal up and the surgery will go good for him and he can get back to his form. It's going to be a while, of course, but take all the time you need because you deserve it. But to all of you guys, thank you so much from a lifelong Pacers fan, and just that's the great thing. You know, we love talking about pro wrestling and stuff, and we're going to talk about that. But I just wanted to say that to start off the show, because man, oh man, it was a magical couple months, and it's not something I'm going to forget anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, definitely no kidding. I think ultimately, um, like you said, it is hard to put it into words. Um, but the one word that does come to mind is proud, and it's like I don't know these guys from Jim Bob or Steve or Adam or but there's well to be corny, and we are in the Hoosier State. In 49 states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana, and I
It's
I
true. If you live here, you get
I
it. But
yeah, if you live here, you really do get it. This run was special, um,
mm-hmm.
for many reasons. Um, just through all the through everything and like the improbable comebacks and the like. I mean the like Halliburton like channeling his inner Reggie Miller and just
I've never seen anything like it before. I mean, Reggie did it, but I mean, for him, it all like happened in one play. I mean, it's just
yeah.
we're going to be looking back fond on it. Like I say, the ending was heartbreaking.
Hmm.
It's a tough pill to swallow, but we love our Pacers. We're always going to love our Pacers. We're so proud of this organization. And you know, and the fact of the matter is, they put the NBA on notice. You don't have to necessarily. We've gotten away from the the big, stars era or whatever. And it's like about team basketball. And that's what this NBA finals felt like. So I know we're a wrestling show. We got a lot of wrestling to talk about, but we wanted to say something at the beginning of the show about this just because we love this team so much.
Yeah, because
Um,
I mean, it definitely. I know, like, I mean, it consumed a good chunk of our lives for these past 2 months, and
mhm.
for all you marks out there saying that this is a wrestling show, well, let me make the connection for you. Tyrese Halliburton's been on WWE television, and he's
He's in the
in
game.
2K, so
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go.
There you go.
Um, but
Well,
speedy
yeah.
recovery to Tyrese for sure.
Yeah.
Um, obviously, think he was playing with a probably partially torn, and
Oh,
then
yeah. And
ultimately,
obviously, yeah. And the thing of it is like that man literally put his career on the line to win this.
mhm,
Like you can't say like he gave everything. Um, just God bless you. God bless the Pacers. We love you, and we are always going to support you. And this is a memory that nobody will ever take from us. And I still think the future is bright. We just got to see what happens. But thank you again,
yeah,
Pacers. We love you. But hey, we got a show to do here, and we're starting kind of late. But the network said it's okay. We can go over because fuck
that,
Monday Night Raw. Well, you want to say you want to hit us with that sweet, sweet lie?
oh
I
man,
got a lot
I
of things to say tonight, brother.
I I I had a lot of things to say. So I think I think the best thing I can say for this is, kids, it's time to strap in, because the clock starts now.
That's right. And hey, real life, we literally had to change our top story before we went on because this is kind of seems more realistic. And our top story is Night of Champions. The future of this show is uncertain. So as you all know, Night of Champions is supposed to take place this Saturday live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. But obviously, over the weekend, some unfortunate or some events happened, depending on how you look at it. We're not a political show, but no comment. But yeah, there's some shit going on in the real world that is fucked. Let's put it that way. And that looks like I don't even know what to say anymore. Like why are we even talking about this? Like why are you even thinking about or contemplating doing this fucking show? I mean, I know why. The answer is the almighty fucking dollar. But this is a no-brainer to me. Like, but then again, it was a no-brainer for me from the get-go where I wouldn't even fucking bother like signing a deal with them no matter how much fucking money they threw at me. But then again, look at the company. Look at this TKO. I mean, we've been talking about this for weeks, months, whatever. I mean, it's just another thing here. Like, if they go through and they do this show in Saudi, it's the fucking one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Like, because you are not caring about the safety of your talent, you're not caring about the safety of your staff, and you are not caring about the safety of the fans that would be attending this show. Because I mean, there's some news coming out. I don't know how. Supposedly, there is going to be like a not a treaty, but just like an agreement to just kind of stop between Iraq and Iran. I don't know. Once again, it's not a political show. We're a wrestling show. But common sense would tell me, regardless of whatever the fuck happens, I'm not going over this show. If I'm a WWE talent, I'm fucking refusing going over to work this show. I mean, what do you think about all this?
I mean, I completely agree, because the bottom line is, I think what the the bottom line is safety, and that's safety for the talent going over there and for fans attending the show. Uh, that that's the bottom line, and I feel that if there's even a slither of doubt, um, I don't think you should even bother. Like, taking everything else like out of the equation. Like, if like how we felt in the past about it, anyways. Like, if there's a slither of doubt of like that talent or fans or staff are going to be in jeopardy, you don't do it.
Nope.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's a common sense. It's a no brainer, and I get it. This is the world of professional wrestling, but for way too long, there has been this ideology that in the world of pro wrestling, the show has to go on. No, it fucking doesn't. Like, it's mind-boggling to me that this is still kind of like a mindset we have. And granted, don't get me wrong, it's not like it was like 15 or 20 years ago or whatever. And also, let me say this: if the old fucker was still running this show, I guarantee you they would be getting their asses over there for sure too, because that's just the way he was. Like, for God's sakes, this is the same man who ran a fucking show in St. Louis after a wrestler fell to his death in the ring, and there was blood splattered all over the fucking canvas. It was a crime scene, for fuck's sake, and yet they still work the show. Like, what the fuck? When is enough going to be enough? Like, just common sense. Like, just realize, pump the brakes, postpone it. I'm not saying you don't do it over in Saudi Arabia. Hell, move it to another date. And if you're so dead set on running it this weekend, I am sure you could find you a makeshift arena and sell it out like that. Because I mean, this has already been built up to be a pretty good size, big show. But I just telling you, I think this is an idiotic decision if they do go over there. Um, it's sickening. Shit needs to change. But once again, money talks and bullshit walks. So we'll see what happens. Ball's in your court, WWE and TKO. Hopefully you make the right call. I don't think you will. Well, this originally was our top story, and a lot of people in the wrestling world talking about this. We got the Pipe Bomb 2.0. John Cena, like pretty much recreating CM Punk's famous pipe bomb, a role reversal. And I think it's ironic, too, the fact that when that happened in that same match, who was John Cena going against when the original pipe bomb happened? R-Truth. Or Ron Killings. And here you have it again. Only this time the tables are reversed on Punk. And Cena said some pretty interesting things. Now, granted, I think the context and the format of the promo, you could easily say is like copy and paste. But I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed it for what it's worth. Do I think it's anything that's like groundbreaking or anything like that? Not necessarily, but I do appreciate it for the John Cena heel character, and I think it was much needed. What did you think of Pipe Bomb 2.0?
Pipe Bomb 2.0. So I'll be honest, I was not watching live when this happened, and there was like enough buzz like going on about it that I was like, oh, I gotta tune in and like check this out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give credit where credit's due on that, because it did make me like want to tune in and make sure I watched it. But I think you hit the nail on the head. This may be the best promo from the heel Cena that we've gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
so. I think it did a lot for his character, and I think it's one of the first promos that I think have really made people like feel if that makes sense, like because like everyone knew as soon as he started right where he was going with it, and it was like, oh man, this happened, and then he rattles off, "Hi Claudio Castagnoli, hi Matt Cardona," or
hi Nick Nemeth, yeah. I love the shout outs too, by the way. I thought that was great. It was a solid promo, man, and he really touched on some things too. What I think is interesting most about this, is there some stuff that Cena says in this promo that I think there's some validation for what he's saying, and kind of calling Punk out for like what he's supposed to be, the voice of the voiceless, right? It was like, are you sure about that? Are you sure? Like, just it was very interesting. Very well done. It makes me want to watch the match, but I've went on record, and y'all can agree with me, disagree with me. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If that show is happening where it's supposed to be happening, I'm not watching it. I don't care. I'm not watching it. That's just how I feel. So once again, to each your own. But anyways, we've talked enough about that shit. Let's talk about the rest of Friday Night SmackDown here. And it was a big show. Of course, we had some Queen and King of the Ring semifinal matches. On the Queen side of things, Alexa Bliss goes down to a returning Asuka, and Asuka is booked her ticket to the finals of the Queen of the Ring. On the men's side of things, Randy Orton did successfully defeat Sami Zayn to punch his ticket to the King of the Ring finals. So we'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw with the other two semifinal matches to see who will be facing Asuka and Randy for the King and Queen of the Ring. Also, you had that. It was speaking of King of the Ring. You also had that interesting promo with Cody, and then pretty much all the remaining combatants come out and they're talking. You also had like Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton continuing their rivalry, which apparently is going to be a last woman standing match this Friday on SmackDown for the Women's Championship. So we'll see what happens there. Also, you have Big Bronson Reed in action against L.A. Knight. Yeah. And then, of course, we mentioned Ron Killings and John Cena in action. Also, too, it looks like we've got a potential matchup here for Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa going to meet at Night of Champions as well for the U.S. Championship. So, but SmackDown, exciting show. But let's talk about Monday Night Raw from this past week. And we reported it. We knew it was coming. Still makes it no easier. Goldberg's back. And he's set to challenge Gunther for the world title, which makes no goddamn sense other than reasons. At Saturday night's main event, I swear to God, like, I hear me now. I want you to listen to me here. And if this happens, if Goldberg wins that fucking title, hear me out. I want this is on record. I will not watch the WWE for the rest of the year. That's an honest to God statement. If Goldberg wins that world title, and I'm not saying if Goldberg wins the match, I'm saying if Goldberg wins the title, I will do that. And you're going to have to watch all this WWE stuff because I will swear it off for the rest of the year. Because I'm to that fucking point right now. And once again, to each his own, everybody got their own opinion, what they like, what they don't like. I've stressed it.
Likes this.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really fucking likes this. This is fucking stupid. Like, even his shirt they made him stupid. Everything about it's stupid. Oldberg needs to just fucking go away. But also on Monday Night Raw, we mentioned the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments taking place. Of course, Jey Uso winning that 4-way to advance in the King of the Ring tournament, and he will now meet Cody Rhodes tonight to determine who will go to the finals of the King of the Ring. And we mentioned earlier, Asuka made her successful return to advance to the Queen of the Ring semis, and she's already beat Alexa. She's already punched her ticket to the finals. That being said, Asuka is our wrestler of the week here on PW60. So it's great to see her back. She looked better than ever, man. But, we mentioned it earlier, of course, with the Tyrese Halliburton injury. Also had something like that sadly happen in the world of wrestling this week as Liv Morgan was seriously injured on Monday Night Raw. And it sounds like it's a lot worse than what we anticipated. She could potentially be missing a year with her shoulder going out. But anyways, we here at PW60, we want to wish her well. And with thoughts on what happened this past Monday night, let's go to our good friend Sienna with some thoughts on the Liv Morgan injury.
As y'all know, on Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan sustained an injury and she's going to be out for a couple months. And some wrestling fans, let me tell you, they're getting really, let's just say, out of control. For the fact of the matter is that you have like some wrestling fans that doesn't like Liv Morgan, but saying some horrible things like, oh, she deserved to be injured, she's not that good, this and that. And then you have some that are like huge fan of Liv Morgan, but then putting a blame on Kairi Sane. Seriously, y'all need to realize that there are human beings, and especially for the one that is not just got injured, but also one or two or even multiple people that is involving in the match too. You have no idea how Kairi or even the referee or anyone is feeling right now ever since that injury happened. you have no idea how they're feeling. Like they're feeling like if Kyrie's saying, "Oh, this is my fault," like I feel so guilty and all that, and it's gonna be sticking on for quite a long time. So the fact is, y'all, like even though a wrestler is injured, you gotta check on the people that is involved to make sure how are they feeling at all time. And it's not their fault. Accidents always happen. And I've been seeing like some of the talents and personalities they speak out about, like you always gotta make sure just to check on like the person that is like involving in the match, or anyone that is like in the match witnessing what happened in that turn of event, because you never know how is it gonna happen in just split seconds where like things is not gonna go into the right way, and then all of a sudden it's like this is like, oh my god. The only matters is just like, the main person that is like that's injured is okay, but also someone that is involved too. So that's all I gotta say, y'all. Just please show some compassion at all time, especially to make sure that every party is okay. And I just wanted to send nothing but much love and respect to Liv Morgan. Hope she has a speedy recovery. Also sending much love to Kairi Sane as well. And also the referee too. But anyway, y'all, that's all I gotta say so far. And as always, so yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Sienna. We appreciate you. And yeah, like seriously, like you don't wish ill will or injury on anybody. Like that's just stupid. Like and like she says, like it wasn't just a freak accident. I think it literally happened on like on art or like a wrist lock or something, and it just like she went down awkwardly on the mat, and it is what it is. So, like I said, we want to wish her a speedy recovery and hope everything goes great for Liv, and you get to see her back in the ring because she's such an amazing talent. We love Liv. Big week in the world of All Elite Wrestling as AEW's Grand Slam Mexico took place at the world famous arena there in Mexico City. Dude, this was awesome. I love this. I love like the spectacle of it, just the presentation, the matches were fun. It was just, to me, it's what I desire the most right now is I just want to like turn on my TV and be taken away for a couple hours and just watch some wrestling. Some good fun wrestling. And that's what they did, I felt like, with Grand Slam in Mexico. Phenomenal show. Of course, you're kicking off with the Dom Callis family. That big, what was it, a 12-person tag, I think? Like, there were so many people in it. I know it was the Don Callis family, and then only Dax from FTR, and Hechicero from CMLL.
Mayamo is Hangman.
yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a second. Of course, Okada and Mark Briscoe was in action as well. I tell you what a matchup between MJF and Mystico, man, and that was cool seeing Mystico with his old entrance from CMLL and that crowd, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then just like the end of it with MJF, the chicken shit cowardly heel taking the mask off, like which is one of the most heinous acts you can commit in Lucha Libre. Main event was awesome. A big 8-man tag. But gotta mention this. Mercedes Moné has won the CMLL Women's Championship to add once again to her collection of titles. I've lost fucking track with how many she has. God, please, timeless Tony Storm end her reign. Please, I'm begging you. Because I'm sick of the damn Mercedes Moné winning every fucking belt. Not shocked. As soon as they announced it, it was like, oh yeah, she's winning that belt. Like at this point, everything up until All In, it's like if she gets getting some sort of title match from a different promotion or something, guess what? She's taking that belt. I mean, it is what it is. But you mentioned it. The kickoff of this show was incredible with Hangman Adam Page coming out and just having this fiery, passionate promo, and the fact that it was all in Spanish. I think shout out to our good buddy Husky Rhodes, who was in our group chat, was like talking about like, I have no idea what he's saying, but I am so much more invested in his matchup at All In with Mox. Dude, it was awesome, and Excalibur doing a pretty good job interpreting the promo. But man, I didn't know any idea that Hangman spoke Spanish. Did you?
Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah, I mean, he's a teacher. I get it, but
Yeah.
you know, I know it's something that's interesting about this. I have it on good authority that one Hangman Adam Page actually was taking lessons
Oh.
from our good friend, the Best Gout Machine, to prepare him for this promo. And it just so happens to be we've got some footage from these sessions. So that being said, let's go to our good friend, the Best Gout Machine.
What is up, P-Dub City? It is I, the BGM, or today I'll be Gota Bestial, as I have Hangman Page come here. And I'm going to talk to him before he goes out to Arena Mexico, and just show him the ropes before he goes out there and cuts an amazing promo that I know is going to kill. Where is he? Oh, there he is, the Hangman. Welcome. Welcome to Gout Central. Mi llamo Gota Bestial. See, that's how you start things off. You get the people rolling. You also want to give them a little shimmy and a shake and know you're passionate. And shimmy like a motherfucker. You know, I've known a few Miguels. 2, 3, 4. Handful of Miguels. Lots of Miguels. I think you gotta emphasize how many Migueles you've known throughout your life. You ever had Menudo before? No, not the 80s Latin pop group. I'm talking about the food Menudo. I could bathe in it, swim in that, let my body soak it in, absorb into my skin. God, I want to soak in Menudo so bad right now. Smells like heaven. Are you a big fan of luchadors? Luchadoras? Let me show you a couple of luchadors. We got La Parca. Yeah, we got La Parca, the greatest luchador ever. I got him tattooed on my arm. You see that, young man? Yeah, you gotta know the history of Mexico. Did you know that aliens came down to Mexico hundreds of years ago? Yeah, they built pyramids there, and also developed bolis. When going down a hallway and you gotta pass by some gentlemen, you gotta be like, "Excuse me, sir," you gotta show them respect. So in Spanish it goes, "Quítate a la verga, way." And you'll be right on time. Oh God, you know that's not it. Oh, I am so sorry. Hangman, my throat's a little parched right now. I think I'm gonna get me some Capri Suns. You like Capri Suns? I know you like Capri Suns. I'm gonna go over into the kitchen right now. Oh, Hangman, could you come in here? There's a spider. There's a spider. I need you to kill the spider. Oh, thanks, Hangman. I know it's a daddy long legs, but I'm scared. Wait, where are you going? Wait, where are you going? I don't think Hangman liked me that much. Oh, but the Yangman's got a Yangman. Hopefully he'll do well. I think he's gonna bomb horrifically, if you ask me, but what do I know? I'm just sexy. Oh, Hangman, you and your pink nipples.
Oh, Best Scout, thank you so much. Yeah, I could Hangman, I guess didn't really learn a whole lot. I think he was okay on his own, but that's all right. You get to spend time with the Best Scout Machine. That's the most important thing. Well, talking again about AEW, let's talk about Collision from this past Saturday night. Pretty solid show, and you had some moments that was interesting, but let's talk about it. The big return, Kota Ibushi returning from injury. It's been over a year since he's been out, as Kota Ibushi would come to defend the name of his tag team partner, Kenny Omega. which I don't think it's announced, but I thought I saw inklings of a rumor of a potential like Golden Lovers tag team match coming up on Dynamite, where they could take on. But then again, isn't like Omega still kind of hurt? So it's like, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But it's great to have Kota Ibushi back. Always loved him. And he looks like $1,000,000 too, man. He looks great. That man doesn't have like an ounce of fat on his body, I swear.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous how sad I got. I know everybody was excited about Okada and Kota Ibushi, but for me, I got ecstatic when I saw him and Josh Alexander in the ring together. I was like,
Yeah.
oh boy.
That's a matchup I want to see. Maybe we can get that on Dynamite this week. Something else I really thought was interesting: the confrontation, if you want to call it, with Chris Statlander and the Death Riders. Mox telling her, she's of value, she's important. Is this Mox trying to like recruit Chris Statlander for the Death Riders? How does Marina feel about that? It was pretty interesting
All I know,
segment, I thought.
all I know is it's about the most sense that Mox has made in months.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that one. Had some great matchups on the Collision. The matchup with Hologram, Will Nightingale, and Mark Briscoe going against Taya Valkyrie and MXM was awesome. Also the Speedball Kevin Knight against the Gates of Agony, and the main event. I love this. The big 8-woman tag with Thunder Rosa, Queen Aminata, Anna Jay, and Ty Mello going up against Athena, Tekla, Megan Bain, and Penelope Ford. Man, solid show, man. Solid Collision was a solid show. But we're on that road to All In. I think, what are we, like 3 weeks away now? Or something like that. It's getting closer. Not a whole lot's changed on the card. We'll report on that as the weeks come, of course. Other than I think they did add the Casino Gauntlet match or something. I think that got added. But I'm sure this week on Dynamite we'll get some more matches announced for All In Texas. Let's talk about NXT from this past Tuesday night. Got a series of championship number one contender qualifier matches to see who will challenge for the NXT Women's Championship at the Women's Evolution show. Of course, you had Jada Parker advance. She kind of did the a little dirty there, a little tap out thing. She tricked her, but the ref didn't see it, so it is what it is. Last Legend advancing. She defeated Kalani Jordan. Also, you got Izzy with a big upset win over Soraya. Sorry, I should say. And then, of course, Jordan Grace defeating Lola Fice and practically about killing her. So now we have this 4-way matchup set to see who will face for the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, it's currently held by JC Jane. And speaking of her, coming out and laying out the newest member of the NXT roster, Blair Monroe. I had to think there for a second. Or Blake, right? I can't. I fucking. It's Mariah May. God damn it. Sorry, I got that one. I really don't hate the name. It's just like my old man brain's like I got to get used to the name change. I said that right? Blake Monroe, right? Blake Monroe.
I think
yeah, Blake
so.
Monroe. Yeah. Anyways, I liked her entrance too. By the way, I like a lot heavily influenced. I think like her entrance and her persona and stuff, like a lot of Sabrina Carpenter, but that definitely connects with the younger female audience and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. I like it. So, am I a Sabrina Carpenter fan? I mean, unless you're living under a rock, you know who Sabrina Carpenter is, and you've seen some of her stuff on TikTok or this, that, and the other.
Know who that is.
Okay, you're living under a rock. That's okay though, because you're safe there. I'm kind of jealous of you. Also, we got Trick Williams and First Class teaming up. like this team, but I don't like any of those guys. Except I like Casey Navarro. I do. But I don't know. I'm indifferent about this B-roll. But that was NXT from Tuesday. But speaking of TNA, let's talk about Impact from this past Thursday. And speaking of Trick and First Class, they did have their little what the hell's that thing called? Where they what's their interview segment called? The fucking well, they were actually Trick was in the main event because of the they had that big matchup where the champions against the challengers. Yeah, it's a bullshit show because it's got fucking AJ Francis in it. But with big matchup, big main event, you had Trick Williams teaming up with Steve Macklin, Moose, and the Namaths to go up against Joe Hendry, Elijah, Leon Slater, and the Rascals. Of course, all the champions and all their contenders going at it in a big matchup. Matt Cardona teaming up with the hometown man to take on the System. Kind of interesting too, seeing that little confrontation there with Cardona and his buddy Brian Myers. So, also we got the Knockouts tag titles were on the lines with Ash and Heather by Elegance successfully retaining their championships against Knockouts champion Masha Slamovich and Li Ying Li, and of course Eric Young in action against Sami Callihan. And that Order 4 Summit, man, with Mustafa Ali, man, I think he's kind of losing the reins, so to speak, there. So, but Impact was a fun show. I'm really excited too to see the Inspiration challenge for them Knockouts tag team titles. I think they're going to take them off Ash and Heather by Elegance. So. We'll see what happens, but that's another thing too that's going to creep up on us. I think Slammiversary, we're about a month away from Slammiversary, so see what happens there. Well, there's so much going on in the world of pro wrestling, so many different promotions, and right now it is red hot over in Japan in the world of Stardom. So that being said, when we're talking Stardom wrestling, there's only one person we can talk to here on PW60. That's our good friend, the Light Skin Gaijin. So let's go to Light Skin Gaijin with this special report on Stardom.
Yeah, I know. I switch hairstyles more than Taylor Swift switches lovers. You know, let's stay focused here, okay? You know what I'm missing? My fluffy robe. Everything works better in an Ichiban t-shirt anyway. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the light-skinned Gaijin, Denard Ramon. Welcome to the Gaijin Temple. And I am here to give you a review of everything that happened over Saturday's Stardom The Conversion 2025 event. Waka Tsukiyama picked up a huge victory over newcomer Yuria Hime. Hina was successful in her third defense of the Future of Stardom Championship, which now means she is 7 away from tying her older sister Hanan, and 9 defenses away from tying her twin sister Rina. Yuna Mizumori, Aya Sakura, and Sayaka Kurara would be victorious over the trio of Momo Kogo, Emma Maishima, Kikyo Furusawa. Natsuko Tora and Ruaka would use their hateful tactics once again to defeat the team of Fukuoka with Crazy, Hazuki, and Koguma. Risa Sera returned to defeat Hanako. World of Stardom champion Sayakami Tani, Momo Watanabe, Konami, and Rina would spoil the return of Ami Sourei as she teamed up with Lady C, Saki Kashima, and Rani Yagami. Wing Gori's Hanan and Saya Ida would successfully retain the Goddess of Stardom championships against the team of Natsupoi and Saori Ano. But the big story of the night would be the 8-woman tag team match between Mivita Loca and the former Neo Genesis member Suzu Suzuki, as she teamed up with her new stablemates in Rina Yamashita, Itsuki Aoki, and Akira Kurogane, taking on the former faction that Suzu once represented in Neo Genesis, Starlight Kid, Miyu Amasaki, Azumi, and Mei Sera. And this match was all over the place, seeing since it was also contested under no disqualification rules. But the biggest talking point at the end of the night happened to happen when a hooded figure came into the ring and attacked every single member of Neo Genesis. And once it came time to reveal who this hooded figure was, everyone was shocked to find out that it was the former Marigold star, Bozilla. And not only did Bozilla make her presence known, she made it very, very clear that she wanted an opportunity at Azumi's New Japan Strong Women's Championship. And come the main event, it would be Shuri defending the IWGP Women's Championship against Saray. A match that clearly tested the strength of both competitors. But in the end, it would be Saray who would come out victorious and win the IWGP Women's Championship. And now with Stardom's The Conversion in the books, we now look forward as we find out who will be taking part in Stardom's 5-star Grand Prix this summer. You're going to want to stay tuned to Cole TV and PW60 because I plan to make any sort of announcement of who's going to be involved in this tournament. Also breaking down who will be involved in each of the blocks of the 5-star Grand Prix. I not only will be doing so on Cole TV, but I will also do it on my channel, Light Skin Gaijin. So thank you for stopping by at the Gaijin Temple. And remember, Joshi Wrestling is for everyone.
I always feel so welcomed in the Gaijin Temple. Feels like I'm right at home. Thank you so much, Lightskin. We appreciate you, brother. And man, oh man, Bozilla in Stardom. Oh hell yeah! Got the privilege of seeing her at Joey Janela's Spring Break. She was one of my biggest, if not the coolest, wrestler I felt like I watched the whole weekend. I love it, man. Cannot wait. Hope she's in the 5-star Grand Prix. Because, dude, I'm telling you, she's going to walk away with the damn thing. So, but thank you again, Light Skin.
Killer match against Megan Bayne.
Oh, my God. It was probably my favorite match of WrestleMania weekend this past year. But, hey, speaking of GCW, let's talk about it. GCW had a big weekend as they had 2 big shows where they were making their debut in those towns. Of course, GCW making their debut in Little Rock, Arkansas, with Banging in Little Rock on Friday, and going to Kansas City on Sunday with Take a Picture. Both were great shows, but man, oh man, dude, I'm telling you, like that Banging in Little Rock show was fucking loaded. Some great matches. Matter of fact, there's 2 matches we want to highlight from that show. We're talking about the matchup with the debuting in GCW, Elena Black, of course, former Cora Jade, going up against Joey Janela. And in the main event, we got to see Shotzi Blackheart against Atticus Cogar in a brutal matchup. Both these matchups were intense, physical. Love seeing it. Of course, we know we got to see Shotzi a couple weeks ago make a surprise appearance in the Tournament of Survival, so we know what she's capable of. But it was great seeing Elena Black, man. She looked awesome. She looked like $1 million. Of course, those matches are our matches of the week here on PW60. So if you got a subscription to Triller, check them out, man. It's definitely worth it. Also, too, I want to mention too as well, because honestly, we could have had a 3-way tie, and it's all with the ladies, man. Because that Jersey Championship Wrestling matchup with Masha Slamovich and Mickey Knuckles was banana. That took place on Sunday night. So shout out to them. Great matches. But it was great weekend, great shows for GCW. But I want to go back and talk about Shotzi Blackheart because she has declared herself the queen of the independents, and one Matt Cardona as taking a little bit of spite to this. Of course, he sent a cease and desist letter to Shotzi's home. Shotzi wasn't having any of it, like beating the crap out of the letter carrier. So obviously, this is building to a matchup between them at some point. Shotzi and Matt Cardona. Who truly is the king and queen of the independent scene? So is Matt Cardona still? Is he still the king? Can he still claim to that? I mean, because I know Shotzi's working dates left and right. I know she just recently started working again in the Indies, but I don't know. Do you think she's got a right to lay claim to that throne?
I mean, if she has a tank,
That's
that
true.
says a lot.
Well, apparently the bastards in Titan Towers, or whatever the fuck they're calling it now, still have that tank. But anyways, we digress. But who truly is the king and queen of the independent scenes? Like I say, who knows? We're going to find out soon enough. But speaking of the indies, it's that time of the show we go to our good friend Michael with an independent wrestling report about some shows you should maybe be checking out in your area. Check this out.
What up, y'all? It's your boy MJ the Pussus with another independent wrestling report. First off, we have New South Pro Wrestling presents Anniversary X, their 10th anniversary show, August 16th at the venue at Cuso Landing, 201 George Wallace Drive in Gadsden, Alabama. NewSouthTix.com for tickets and information on that. Pro Wrestling Epic in Illinois presents 3 events at the DeQuoin State Fair. First event will be August 22nd. That event starts at 7 p.m. The second event will be Sunday, August 31st at 4:30. The third event, Monday, September 1st at 2 p.m. This will be at 655 Executive Drive in DeQuoin, Illinois, 62832. Call 618-806-4656 for tickets and information. And lastly, we have Athena, ROH Women's Champion, and Metroplex Pro Wrestling presenting an all-women's event, Who Runs the World. I will go check. If I were you, go check Metroplex Pro Wrestling or Metroplex Wrestling and Athena's social medias for tickets and information on that event coming up soon. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you so much, Michael. We appreciate it. Yeah, you should definitely check out those shows if you're in there. If you are in their neck of the woods. Well, it was a big weekend. In New York, the Fanatics Festival took place, and the WWE was on hand, participating a big part of this Fanatics Festival. Of course, you got to see a little, how about the little confrontation with Seth teasing the cash in on Cena and then him getting into it with CM Punk. Speaking of Punk, he was doing, did an episode of Kevin Hart's show where they, I forget what the hell it's called, but where they're in like the ice water bath.
Balls.
Yeah, there you go. He did that. And apparently was in a Speedo. Cool. And then, of course, as part of the Fanatics Festival, a big part of it was the Fanatics Fest, like where you can come out and create your own WWE entrance. It was really popular, especially with a lot of the athletes. Of course, the big one people was talking about was Tom Brady coming out doing heel shit, which I know you were like, yeah, I remember. And then, of course, his rival Eli Manning coming out to stop things. It was kind of a cool video to see. So it was cool seeing those athletes, those entertainers in that aspect of it. Drewski had a weird fucking entrance, like fucking coming out to the rocks and doing like a somersault or something. And I don't know what was going on there, but nonetheless, it was a big weekend in Fanatics. Oh, wait a minute, what's that? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Well, we thought we had some footage from Fanatics Festival, but we don't. But we may be able to show you next week or something. So stay tuned for that. So, but nonetheless, Fanatics Fest took place in New York this past week. We found out also this week, unfortunately, Noam Dar was injured or is injured, and he's been stripped of the Heritage Cup. So we will now have a new Heritage Cup champion. Stay tuned for NXT this Tuesday, as I'm sure they're going to announce what they're going to do there to determine who the new Heritage Cup champion will be. Also, we talked about Grand Slam Mexico, so no shocker here. After his matchup with Mystico, some fans or a fan tried to jump and get at MJF. Like I say, not shocked that this happened. I mean, the Lucha Libre crowd, they are so passionate. So surprised some little old lady didn't come over and try to like clonk him with like her purse or something, you know. So, but MJF, he ate it up. He loved it. So I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? That's like getting that heel heat, brother. So, boy, speaking of heat though, real life heat, we got to talk about this. AEW and Jon Moxley are both being sued by a former crew member who apparently is suing due to injuries he sustained in a matchup where Jon Moxley, more or less, he's in the heat of the moment and character shoved him down for no apparent reason. So, wasn't part of the show or anything like that. So, I get it, man. I can see why. I mean, but also too, I would think they like when you're ringside like that, you probably would have them sign something, or I don't know. Like you would think it'd be prepared for something like that to happen. So not sure. But
like if they,
I'm sure
they make an announcement for the crowd. Like,
why can't you do that with staff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you kind of know what you're getting into. It's a wrestling show, so. But I get it, man. Like, hopefully they just kind of settle this out of court and just be done with it and move on to the next thing, you know. Speaking of moving on, we're going to move on here on PW60, and it's that time of the show. Let's go to our good friend Spicy Guac for a spicy take.
But I need your help. Here, take the dynamite and spread it everywhere.
Great idea. Give me the dynamite and run away from here. I'll wait for them here for a bit and then quickly run away.
JJ, I'll sort it out myself. When you laid the rails, I managed to make the...
Well, a little spicy there. Okay, I see what you did there. Also, here's another news tidbit. We got to mention this. Cody Rhodes was spotted in the new Naked Gun trailer this week, too, which I'm excited for the Naked Gun movies. I grew up on those movies. Loved them. Not sure how the new one's going to be, but I'll check it out. So, and this came out like, huh? So, yes, apparently Mercedes Moné and the Beast Mortos are officially dating. Okay. Didn't see that one coming. That wasn't on my bingo card, but good for them, man. They're happy and cool. I am very curious to see what the Beast Mortos really looks like, because like I've scoured the internet, and like you can kind of see some of the structure of his facial, and it's just like he looks like a beautiful.
He looks like a beautiful man.
He really does. So good for you, Mercedes. You bagged a good one. So like I think this would be the one time where I would be like, you know what? I hope he does like put a mask on the line in a matchup and loses it. We can see that beautiful, beautiful facade that Mercedes made. But congratulations to the new couple. Like this just literally, if you had said she's dating somebody on the AEW roster, I'm pretty sure a lot of us probably would have had the Beast Mortos towards the bottom of our card. But congratulations to him. And speaking of random, let's go to our good friend Brian with Brian's Random Moment of the Week here on PW60.
Yes, that's right. No hat, and yeah, I'm wearing the glasses today. 4 eyes, but technically, see, I wear contacts typically, so I'm technically 4 eyes all the time, except when the contacts are out. That's not neither here nor there, so there you go. Ooh, boogie boogie, all that stuff. All right, so here we go, random moment of the week. And thinking back to our What If series, and looking at a certain individual who now wrestles in AEW, a former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and that would be the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. Now, we know that back in around 2017, I believe it was, that there was a show, Inside the Ropes was putting on a special thing with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman talked about Will Ospreay, gave him big props, and pretty much handed him a contract to Evolve Wrestling, which would have eventually led down the road to possibly get into NXT, WWE, so on. We, of course, know he turned down the deal to accept a deal in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and the rest, as they say, is history. So, quite simply this. What if Will Ospreay would have decided to turn down the New Japan deal, accept the Evolve deal, and then let's say he went to WWE there and didn't go to New Japan nor AEW, and was still, let's say, there today in WWE? How do you think his career would have panned out? What championships do you think he would have won up to this point in Evolve, NXT, and WWE main roster, we'll say, and feuds, things of that sort, and accomplishments. So go ahead and list all that, your dream matches, everything like that. In the case of this, what if Will Ospreay did not turn down that Evolve contract in 2017? And as we are now on our way to episode 200, of course we had 100 last week, 101 this week, and now we're on our way to 200 and more.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate you. We love you, brother. You know who else we love? We love our wrestling content creators. And this week, our Ruby Ringside Wrestling Content Creator of the Week is none other than She Talks Wrestling. Come across her page. She's kind of up and coming, or at least up and coming to us. Our first time we're ever seeing her. Let's put it that way. And she's got some really cool, interesting takes as well. She's a big wrestling fan. So if you're not doing so, check her out, because our Ruby Ringside Wrestling Content Creator of the Week this week is She Talks Wrestling. Oh, I'm excited about this. SmackDown they're talking about is going to go back to 2 hours. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Tom Cruise. But you know what? If I had my choice, let me say this. I would rather Raw be the 2 hours and then SmackDown just stay the 3 hours if we got to keep one at 3 and one at 2. Just simply the fact it's on a Friday night. It's not a big deal. I don't have to get up as early in the morning, but fucking Raw 3 hours, although it's not really been 3 hours for a while, which I can appreciate, but, or maybe they just both are 2 hours. How about that? I'm okay with that. But the old man in me appreciates this. Not sure when this is going to impact here in the next couple of months, but thank God it's going back to 2 hours. It's good. And finally, our last story this week, WWE announced that they will have some of their super shows coming to Mexico. Of course, they'll be at Mexico City on July the 13th and Monterrey on July the 14th. And of course, I'm sure a lot of the AAA roster will be involved with that as well. So knew this was coming, but now we got official dates and venues. So I'm sure there'll be great shows. So, well, my friend, somehow we've done it. We've talked about everything this past week that's happened in the world of professional wrestling. There's so much more coming up. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I got a breaking. I just got this breaking. I mentioned we had some footage. Let's go to that footage before we go off the air tonight. Check this out.
My father said when I was younger, high times be better, man. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that right now. I paid to do Nia Jax's entrance, and this punk-ass kid gets in front of me to do Cody Rhodes. I don't even like this kid. Shame on him. It's all about Nia Jax, the golden star of the WWE. I'm sorry, kid. It's not your fault. You chose badly. I'm sorry. Do you want some candy? Yes? Oh. Sorry, your father does not want me to give you candy. You know what? Wise man. And fuck you. It's all about Nia Jax. It's all about Nia. I'm not like most girls.
Good night, folks. We'll see you next week on a PW60.